Did you ever get in trouble with a game ranger a year after you done something wrong? I have. Whoa! That's a beauty. Good morning, guys and girls. January 28, we're going to be looking at Psalm 119, 20. No, 119, 30. Excuse me, 119, 30. I have chosen the way of truth. I have obeyed your law. I have chosen the way of truth. I have obeyed your laws. One of the most difficult things for me in hunting and fishing is to know the laws of each state I'm in. I once got a citation after a show aired on television. We were catfishing with yo-bobs, which is kind of a jug lining technique that's got a little spring-loaded deal in there, so when the fish bite, it sets the hooks, and it's used for catfishing. Kansas law requires that these be anchored to the bottom of the lake. I'd call the local game ranger and ask him what the laws were, but he either didn't know the law or he failed to mention this one little simple anchoring part. In other words, we had set them out and just let them drift across the lake, like a bunch of them. As a matter of fact, I think you were allowed to use 6 per person. And so I had 6 for me, 6 for the guy I was fishing with, and 6 for our camera guy. So we had 18 of them, and we just put them out and let them drift across the lake, and then we'd watch for them. They get a fish on, they'd start bobbing under, and you'd go chase them down, catch a fish. It was a blast. I'm telling you, it was a blast. Different states have different laws on that. But either he didn't know the anchoring part, or he forgot to mention it to me. His boss, listen to this, his boss, who saw the show a year later on television, knew the law, absolutely. And he knew and saw on television we were violating that. Both the game ranger and me were in serious trouble. God's laws are simple, yet very straightforward. He tells us what these laws are in His Word, in His Bible. Not only does He tell us what these laws are in His Bible, His Word, He actually writes these laws on our hearts. When we get saved, He gives us the Holy Spirit. He writes His laws on our hearts. In other words, we know the difference between right and wrong. We know the things that make God smile. We know the things that we are doing against God's laws. He does this because His laws are for our benefit. These laws are not there for His benefit at all. He doesn't really care. These laws are for our benefit. The laws that He puts on our heart, the laws that He puts in His Bible, are to make us better, to make our lives better, to make our relationships better, to make our future better, to make our finances better, to make everything that we have in life better. Is what God's laws are all about. Here's our tip for this week, and it's a pretty good one too. A 5-foot ultralight rod will make even the smallest fish a lot of fun to catch. When you move down to a little short 5-foot, 5.5-foot ultralight rod, a little small spinning reel, it just makes everything you catch feel a lot bigger. Now, it's not made to go out there and catch 7, 8, 9, 10-pound bass. Although you can catch them on ultralight, and you do, it's made to make every fish you catch fun to catch. Bluegill, little small crappie, small bass, larger bass. It's made to make every single fish you catch a lot more fun. So ultralight's a great way to fish. My buddy Richard Jean, the fishing machine, he gave me one rod this year. It was an ultralight with 4-pound test line on it. That's right, 4-pound test line. When you get a fish on there, get ready to have some fun. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. And remember, I love you.